Victor with military experience. All right, so the next question I want to segue. Charlie Kirk is in any way responsible for his death? Is Charlie Kirk responsible for his death? Victor, you want to go ahead and go first?
Is Charlie Kirk in any way responsible for his own death?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Will.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Vulcan.
That's my guy, Will, right there, man. I'm gonna definitely say no.
Okay, so we got two no's. Will, since you the only one to say yes, go ahead. You got the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
Concise.
yeah. I'm gonna try to keep it, sweet. But I mean, Charlie Kirk was a religious man from what he stated. Follower of Christ and things like that. And I believe it says somewhere the power of life and death is in the tongue or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might be quoting wrong, but it's somewhere in.
No, you good.
Death and life is in the power. So you just
Yeah. So sometimes what we put out there, even unintentionally, or if we
So you think he spoke death?
I think that when you put on yourself, yeah. I mean, when you put it on yourself in this society, in this world right now, really at any time, to be somebody who is not afraid to unabashedly speak their belief to the world with conviction, and you have that kind of influence, you have to know that going up against opposition is going to be tough. You're gonna go up against some significant powers that be, especially doing what he was doing. So whenever you stand on it that strong, yeah, you're gonna be met with that type of force, and that comes along with being in politics. The Mega Evers and all those type of brothers, man, Kennedys and all that. You get popped doing this because people care about what they care about, and this is life. People's life or death is coming through your policy or what you say and how you move out here. So when you moving like that, talking what you talk, that some of the things you say might be rubbing people the wrong way, even if you feel like it's good medicine for them or it's good food. You've given it to them, and some people don't agree with what you're giving them. So they gotta do a Dr. Sabi on you, man. They gotta come get you because not comparing him to Dr. Sabi in no way, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you think it's medicine, like he was a medicine man,
All right.
And some people say they came for him because he was curing stuff. I don't know.
So let's I think we could just get to the next question then, because y'all.
No, I mean, if I had to add anything to it, the reason I say no is because, I mean, it's evident the man wouldn't have committed a crime against himself. He had too much to live for. Like there's do I think that he was in a situation where he had enough situational awareness to know that his life was being threatened? That's one conversation that's completely different than causing your own death. This man he was moving in a responsible manner. So like what we're doing is blaming him for his own death. And and then, the irony of this is that's the same thing that people say when the police kill unarmed Black people. He wouldn't comply. And you use the same argument. We got to be careful of what we're green lighting. What happened?
That's different right there.
No, it's not. No, it's not different. It's not different. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you made your point based on how you felt. This is when you start getting into emotional interpretation. What happened to him was truly an act of terror, because people say, I wish folks would tell the truth. Well, we love people that speak the truth, and then they kill them. You can't have it both ways, because see, that's the same thing that, like, from 1964 to 1969, we lost Fred Hampton, JFK, RFK, MLK, and Malcolm X, and Sam Cooke is another. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of great men gone that was trying to do right by the culture, by society and everything else, right? And did those men deserve what they got?
All right. So he said, so 2 questions. He said, do they deserve what they got? And I remember earlier you said it was different, Will. So go ahead and address what's different and then answer the second. We get to
okay. I mean, when a lot of times with the police, you know, I guess I can see what you're saying if we're calling the police. You know what I'm saying? If you're actually calling them and they're showing up, then yeah, you know, you probably might get shot. That's the risk you take calling 911. But if you're just, you know, not taking on, no. This is something Charlie Kirk chose to take on. So you chose to wear that responsibility of being a speaker, a steward of a whole ideology with a lot of people behind it. Me going to the store, being a black man going to get a snack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why do I deserve to get challenged about going to do that? I'm not out here trying to
let Victor
manipulate anybody's mind. I'm not being irresponsible as far as.
Will, let's get Victor to respond to that. That's an interesting point you saying that Charlie Kirk chose to be the speaker and take these risks versus blaming.
So like the same fallacy. What if somebody blamed you for choosing to go to the store at the wrong time?
Well, what is the right time to go to the store? I don't know. I mean, what is the right time?
When's the right time to speak your mind?
I think all the time you should speak your mind. That's not the problem. It's like one thing is
the problem is other people not maintaining their emotions.
Right, but based on 2 different things though. Like I can't help being a black man. I'm born like this. Charlie Kirk didn't have to be a politician. He could stay home with his wife and just chill. When you choose to be a public figure like that, lining up with what you line up with, like I don't know if I should use this irresponsible, but knowing that you're taking that job, you should be extra responsible with what you're doing. Like a lot of the irresponsibility came, I would say, in some of his studying, man. You know,
let Victor respond to that.
Well, somebody's in the comments saying Charlie getting killed is not the same as police killing somebody. Okay, go to a different store. Go to a place where those police officers will be more friendly to you. My point is nobody deserves to get convicted of their own murder. That's my point. I don't condone any of it. I don't live in a place where it's heavily policed, but some people do. So I don't say what people should or shouldn't do. But if I started talking like that, people eventually start getting offended. You don't see the police the way I see and that's true. So I won't say that. But you know what you got to have enough reason to you have to understand. Remember what your grandmama used to tell you? It ain't what they call you, is what you answer to. So what you're paying attention to. So what y'all offended by? It ain't no different than you choosing to listen to an artist that you like in music and then choosing not to. I don't listen to Boosie. He cool on a podcast or something, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm not riding around listening to Boosie. I don't, and that's no shout or negative thing. I just don't relate to his content or his music the way somebody else would that got the same experience. This is why I said this is about sympathy and empathy. If you
Victor, he definitely cooking. You want to respond to that, Will? Because Victor made a lot of good points.
Oh yeah.
I see.
I still see it kind of the same way. You know, it's me. Not because think about it. You're born kind of plugged into this place. You know what I'm saying? It's like Avatar. You plugged into the planet.
Too, because like, and here's the other thing: police officers can't get mad if they get murked at work. You know what you signed up for. I was in the military. If I got blown up by the Taliban, I was the one that went in there. It ain't nobody else's fault. But what I'm saying is that in the line of what you're doing, that there's a fine line. I just don't believe, like, despite the risk, I don't believe that he did anything that warranted his murder. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
and that's the point. And I think the world ain't perfect. People ain't perfect, and people's emotions ain't perfect. So you get what you get. He even argued and said that gun deaths are the cost of the Second Amendment, and even so, it happened to him. All I'm saying is that no side of this situation is going to agree with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think what's more important is that we put these ideas that he didn't make a mistake, or she didn't make a mistake, or the system itself, whatever you want to use. None of this stuff is perfect, but at some point it's supposed to improve us based on the life that they lived. And if he did more good than bad, then I think we need to lean with that, because we don't even hold pedophiles as accountable.
All right. So let's wrap this up. Vulcan, you got anything you want to chime in and share?
Yeah, I just want to say, when they say that Victor is arguing bad faith because they're not the same, right? I just want to break this down so people can understand how analogies work logically. And I'm not saying it to say that this guy Isher doesn't understand it, but I want the audience to understand, because people typically will retort, that's not the same thing. That's not how analogies work. You're comparing two things that are different, and you're showing the parallels. You're showing the similarity in the two different things. That's how an analogy works. So Victor knows not the two same things. The question is the principle he's extracting from one the same principles he extracted from the other? And that's not to me to be condescending to the audience. We're going to understand that, but I just see it happen so many times in romantic relationships. That's the same thing, or even on the show. And it's like, look, he knows not the same thing. That's why he's comparing two different things in the first place. So I just wanted to say that point.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I just said, people ain't perfect, situations ain't perfect, and the outcomes ain't perfect. But you could, if you can justify anything, then I can justify anything, and we're gonna see what makes sense. And then the same thing is too. I always say this to close out. Y'all are making excuses that you wouldn't allow your children to make.
That burns.
All right, so this all right, for the last question for the show, man. Thank y'all for your patience. Last question tonight. Is Charlie Kirk a martyr for the gospel?
Yes.
Will.
Well, we just answering yes or no right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
No.
All right, let's get my
let me just say, because I put that question here. I just want to say why I put the question here, then we get to it. So a friend of mine had tagged me